Minister, I had a Zoom meeting with the artist community in Limerick on Monday. Met about 10 artists across a range of disciplines. And we're very proud of our artist community based in Limerick. We have a world-renowned art college. We have theatres like the Lime Tree, the Bell Table and UL, with a host of companies. And they have major concerns about where they stand. The Arts Council and the Theatre Forum, they're currently producing guidelines on social distancing. And I suppose to put it in context, you take the Bell Table Theatre that would be very well known. The Bell Table at the moment, based on the restrictions, would be operating at 16%, which would be about 37 people. 220 is the capacity. They need to be at about 70%, 154 to be viable. So we have major issues. You look at other countries, I think like South Korea, that's based on 2-metre distancing. But in other countries, they would impose 2-metre distancing where it might be a blow heat, whereas if there's no heat, they might bring it down to 1 metre. And I suppose what I'm really coming at, Minister, is we have to look at ways to keep our artistic community viable. The Lime Tree, it gets public funding about 340 million, brings in about 4 million to our economy locally, not operating at the moment. So it's the social distancing. Can we look at that once again at all times being publicly safe? Big issue in terms of their capacity to come through the pandemic. You made reference to it yourself, that they will be one of the most exposed communities of all. And we need to put the measures in place to bring them through. They have serious concerns about the audiences coming back. And the pandemic here is it must be trust, that the audience have trust in coming back as much as the performers. And I think that's hugely important. Major concerns about their access to public liability when they can resume. I think what we also need to look at, Minister, is the funding that would have been allocated for various events that would have taken place during the pandemic. That maybe those funds could be redirected to keeping artists to be able to maybe retrain, look at other mediums to form in, street theatre, outside areas, and they're a huge element to our fabric in terms of Limerick City and the county and the wider community. They were aware the debate was taking place tonight. I want to raise their concerns. They're positive, but they're extremely, I suppose, apprehensive about the future. And I think any society, if you reflect on it, how we treat our artists and the arts community, I think is a reflection of ourselves. And many artists have come out of crisis. Seamus Heaney came out of the north. You go back through Sean O'Casey. And I've no doubt we will have world-renowned artists coming out of this COVID pandemic period. But we must ensure that they can come through it. Thank you.